Okay, friends, let's continue with the discussion. First of all, I welcome you all to the session. So, online we have Corporate Connect Executive, Joe Daniel, Poonam, Rajesh, uh, Venkateshwarlu, Sharat, Smita, Sunny. Hi, team, and welcome to the session. So, let me start this session by congratulating you. Now, you must be thinking, well, Bhupendra, congratulations for what? Now, congratulating you for the fact that you have chosen to upskill yourself in AI. Right. AI is everywhere nowadays. We know it's a buzzword, right? And you are here to upskill yourself. So I congratulate you for the same. So let me proceed further. But before we proceed, let me ask you a simple three, four simple questions. I'll do one thing. I'll launch a poll. I want to understand who am I dealing with today? Right. I want to know your current domain of work, how you have explored AI or data. Have you explored AI or data science before? What's your motivation to move into AI? Which of these areas will interest you the most? Talking about some areas, right? Also, which of the services will serve you the best? So there's a poll on your screen. I request every one of you to please vote to the same. So Corporate Connect Executive, Joe, Peshutan, Poonam, Rajesh, Venkateshwaralu, Sarat, Sunny. I request all of you to please vote for the same. I've got one vote. I request all of you to vote so that we can move further accordingly. Okay. So if you see, talking about current area of work, most of our friends are IT from IT or software. Talking about exploring AI before, yes, some of them have taken a course and some of them have attended a webinar and some of them are completely new. Talking about motivation to move into AI, well, it's career growth and job stability if we see. And talking about areas of interest, it's machine learning, AI in operations, and generative AI tools like ChatGPT. Great. And individual training and corporate training we can look into, right? Okay. So thank you so much, friends. Let's continue with our discussion. So we talk about AI. You clearly know AI is already here. You are noticing the shift, right? You are noticing there are people who are into AI and they are leading the digital transformation teams or projects, right? There's one word that the manager continuously talks about: automation, just automating everything. If you are from IT, this is something that must be on the table every single day, right? Must be the elephant in the room every single day. And talking about promotions and industry visibility, of course, if you learn AI, that would be really, really good. You have noticed the shift, and if you are noticing it, it's because it's already happening, right? Now, once you learn AI, what will happen? How will it impact your future? We all know AI is rapidly integrating into every business function. You talk about any domain, be it IT, be it software, be it HR, right? Be it medical field, any domain you talk about, your area of work, and AI is there, right? Be it marketing, finance, to customer experience, everywhere. Now, if you know AI and others don't, this clearly means that you will be replacing them, right? NVIDIA CEO once said, AI won't be replacing people. People who know AI will replace people. So when you are trying to upskill, of course, you are trying to get that prime position. AI literate professionals are being seen as innovation leaders and strategic thinkers. And if you embrace AI, or who embrace AI, will lead smarter teams. Of course, market driven decision they'll be able to make, automate repetitive tasks, and all those things, right? Now, what will happen if you learn AI from end to end? Let's talk about you as an IT professional. We all know in IT, one thing is very, very common: escalations, right? Generally, we hear it every single day that, okay, there's someone raised a ticket. This ticket is raised, that ticket is raised. Now, if all these things are automated, for example, ticket resolution sometimes take time, and that affects customer experience, right? If the ticket is properly sent to a particular department automatically, right, its resolution would be faster. There's a proper follow-up on the ticket too. The resolution would be faster. So if you automate these things, that would be really great, right? Now consider you are an HR, and you are into HR, you are an HR, or you are into uh, medical field, for example. Consider you are an HR. Now you want to make sure that you are actually monitoring employees, their productivity, right? So in that way, what you have to do, you have to keep an eye on them. But at the very same time, you can't depend completely on AI guy, right? So you want to learn AI so that you can make your own software, or you can make your own model that you can use to monitor employees, right? For example, if there's ID card, how would you know if it's real or fake? If there are a lot of ID cards, you can make a model based on that too, and it can easily identify if the particular ID card is fake or real in very less time, right? Now, this is the use of AI. We will see one project, friends, one AI and one generative AI project that you may be doing, or we have done, or this type of projects are done here. Now, what if you understood the foundations of AI and executed full AI project from idea to deployment? And talking about you learning AI, and most of the participants we talk about here are industry professionals, right? Having 15 to 20 years of experience, or at least some experience in industry. Now, this is very clear. They know their domain, so they can again strategize things. And when they learn AI, they can do implementation too, right? But what is the biggest barrier when you're trying to learn AI? The biggest barrier is time. The biggest concern is time. One more concern that we generally don't talk about. Whenever, for example, you're taking courses from Udemy or anywhere like that, what happens is there is no one to guide you completely. If you're getting stuck at one place, man, you're stuck then, right? It takes very long and we lose patience. What if you have one person guiding you completely in each and every step you do? Won't that be really good? That will be right. In this way, you will gain confidence. You will be able to do that project properly. And once the project is done, you will be very confident of your abilities. Now, coming back to time, biggest barrier for professionals that you don't have time. But what if you replace the time you waste or invest in swapping Instagram reels, or for example, or just going through Instagram reels or watching YouTube videos? If you just swap this with learning this AI, basically, what would be the return on investment? That would be exponential, right? Exactly. Minimum time, maximum impact, and big goals when we talk about need smart time investment, right? Now, when we talk about AI, we generally talk about two things, or deep learning. First is computer vision, and second thing we talk about is RNN, but nowadays we are more focused on generative AI. We'll be talking about these type of projects too, right? Now, here, when we talk about CNN, CNN is nothing but convolutional neural network. So basically, dealing with image data or videos. If you learn CNN, you will be able to analyze images and videos. We talked about the employee monitoring, right? In the similar way, there was a news recently that a doctor said that it took 20 years for that doctor to gain that expertise, and AI or computer vision was able to diagnose pneumonia in using, of course, using lung scans and all It was able to identify pneumonia within a fraction of seconds. Now, eh, this is really, really good, right? All these things are done so fast. Now, if you know AI, you will be making such models. Also, it won't be replacing doctors. Let's face it. It's not replacing doctors, but it's just assisting them to make better decisions, right? So, talking about manufacturing, if you have your product and you give a lot of images of that particular product to the machine, for example, if you have a manufacturing unit and you make a particular product, you give images of this product, a lot of images of this product to the model. You give it to the algorithm, basically CNN, convolution neural network. And what will happen? You model gets ready, you deploy this model on a device, and once you take this product and put it in front of camera, based on this images that the model is trained on, if you see this one product, and you will see what will happen here, it will be able to identify if there's any defect in the product, if the product is perfect, right? All those things it can easily identify. So detect defects in manufacturing, identify objects in real time, be it retail, security, healthcare, anywhere, right? You can make models like facial recognition, X-ray diagnostics. We talked about these things, right? So you can make these type of model, friends, if you learn computer vision. Of course, depending on your domain, your requirement will be different. And we'll be talking about the same. How do you know what type of projects you have in your domain? How do you know where will you stand if you start with AI now? Do you need to be a data scientist in one day? Or do you need to be good enough to understand what happens in your domain and apply AI there? All these questions are mind boggling questions, right? Now, we'll be talking about these questions too. So, talking about computer vision, you don't just see images, you decode intelligence. Right. Giving just those images, you can easily identify, your model can easily identify things. Now consider, now we are talking about generative AI, the buzzword nowadays, right? So generative AI, what will you be doing? For example, you are a researcher, you're doing some research and you have a paper that is having 40 pages, but you have very less time. What will you do? You will give this paper online to such tools that can summarize this paper. But let's face it, if you are giving this paper online, there is a chance of, again, there will be problem of data privacy, right? Again, data theft can be the problem, data security can be problem. Now, in that case, if you make your own model, give the same to the model and let it summarize these things. It's not going anywhere. It will be with you, right? No problem of security, nothing, right? So this is one example of generative AI, text summarization, for example. Talking about making chatbots, we'll see one project where we have applied generative AI. That's for Uttarakhand government. Now, you'll be able to generate high quality content from scratch, be it text, image, or audio, automate business report generation. Again, we're talking about generative AI. It will be generating something. You'll be building intelligent assistant and chatbots. We talked about it. Summarization, we talked about, right? It's not magic, it's generative AI at work, right? Now, have people learned this and made progress? Yes, friends, when we talk about generative AI and all these things, these are really hot jobs nowadays. You know, people are getting placed using this job itself. Nowadays, it's a lot in demand. Even there's the agentic AI too in the market, and above now next to generative AI, and that is in demand too. People have learned that. There was a person named Aditya here who learned generative AI, who had 2 years of experience, who learned generative AI, and now he's placed in really good company, having package of 20 LP or so. Now he was just 2 years of experience. He had 2 years of experience. Now, depending on your domain, you can have that experience too. So, if you are talking about professionals, you will be upskilling in AI, switching to AI-centric roles, getting promoted, and of course, part of AI transformation initiative. Yes, it worked for them, it will work for you too. Now, let's talk about what we have to offer. Consider that you have very less time to learn. What if there is a course that focuses more on practical stuff and not much on theory? Theory, whatever is required is fine. If you know that, that is fine. But practical is more important. What if you are able to learn everything you have in a project? What if you have someone who will be guiding you on each and every step of a project? So that if you are getting stuck, rather than wasting your time, of course, you'll try it by yourself first, but rather than wasting your time later and getting frustrated, there will be a one person who will be continuously guiding you. Completely practical stuff. So for these friends, we have three courses. One is generative AI, one is prompt engineering, one is HR analytics. Now, in all of these, you will be having projects and you will be guided in the same, and that will be real life projects. Again, talk about this, there will be 24 hours of live session just to make sure you understand the theory completely. And after that, that will be completely practical. You will have Python modules and even data science modules too if you want to learn that. Now, what will happen here? What type of projects will you do if you are signing up for these type of projects? And what's the fees, by the way? It's 15,000. And if you enroll before Saturday, you'll get 10% off, 15,000 plus GST, of course. Right, we'll be talking about this later too. But let's focus on some things. For example, hands-on projects. We will be assisting you completely from end to end. If you get stuck somewhere, you don't need to get frustrated. We are there to help you. Talking about company aligned use cases. As per your company, as per your domain, as per your use case, we will be having our use cases too. Company outcome driven learning, outcome driven, making sure that you know the basics completely, you know how to use AI in a project. Let's talk about two projects in general that we talk about whenever we talk about deep learning, that is the CNN project and generative AI project. First project we'll see, generally we don't think that we'll be applying AI there. One project that we talk about is bird monitoring, that is from agri-tech domain. Let's see. This is the project that we have done for the client that is from agri-tech domain. Now what do we do here? This is a CNN project or a computer vision project. Now we all understand if a bird is not healthy, there's a problem in the complete crop itself, right? Not crop per se, basically these chickens. The problem here was the client was facing a lot of manual effort. Client was having a lot of manual efforts. Also, when we talk about growth of these chicks, we'll call them bird since chicks may be a bit derogatory. Now, here you see these boxes that we have made. These are bounding boxes. Whenever we do computer vision project, we make such bounding boxes so that our model understands what is this. This is a chick, or this is a bird, or this is a chicken. Three things we needed to see. First was the temperature of a chick or temperature of a bird. Second, We did health monitoring, tracking the weight of a bird. How much is the weight on 7th day? How much is the weight on 14th day? Is the bird growing properly? If the bird is healthy, right? Third, movement of the bird. Movement estimation we did. Basically, just to track if the bird is active or alive or dead, right? This is what we needed to see. These were three different projects. So we talk about this project, we made bounding boxes like this. And once we fed these images to algorithm, it clearly diagnosed how much is the temperature, if it is healthy or not, when what's the time, what's the age of the chicken we're talking about or bird we're talking about. All these things can be easily identified using, for example, here talking about bird. What's the age? If the bird is healthy or not healthy, if the bird is sick. What is happening here? All these things. If bird is sick, if the bird is not active, again, that will be communicated to the client itself. So this is what we did in computer vision project. Again, we used the thermal scanning and everything we did. So this is what we did in computer vision project. And you will be doing, if you talk about computer vision, this type of projects you'll do in your domain. This project was just to show you that AI can be applied anywhere. Also, when we talk about generative AI, this is the chatbot we made for Uttarakhand government. Now, what happens is government process we all understand, right? It's very clumsy. Sometimes there's a lot of step to do, but we are completely unaware, and it takes a lot of time to understand the process itself. Why not to put all the documents in generative AI as a chatbot? Why not to make a chatbot where if you ask a question, if you enter a query, the chatbot will answer the same as soon as possible, right? The way we have ChatGPT, we are making chatbot for Uttarakhand. We have made it for the Uttarakhand government itself, right? Now, talking about Uttarakhand itself or investment destination, why is it preferred investment destination? All some such questions can be easily answered by the chatbot itself. So this type of chatbot you will be making in your domain too, once you learn generative AI. Now, the biggest problem that we think we have to be awesome on the same day itself, on the very first day. Come on, friends, let's face it. If you are from commercial background or you are from retail background or marketing background, you don't want to be a data scientist in one day, right? What you need to do is to learn AI and apply AI in your domain itself, right? For example, if you are from finance background, fintech is now a booming industry. So that's the reason we say you don't have to be data scientist in a day. AI won't be replacing you, but professionals who know AI will. If you are upskilling yourself, you won't be replaced. AI nowadays, we all know it's a biggest fear, right? And what we need to do is to upskill. Learn how to use AI tools smartly in your job role. As we said, not becoming data scientists in a day. AI is not for techies alone, it's for decision makers. You may be marketer, you may be manager, strategist, all those things. You will be using AI for the same, right? So future roles needs AI awareness. Start your awareness today. Now, as we talked about your domain, you must be having question, what if? Consider you are experienced in a particular domain. We talk about any domain you're talking about. Now, depending on your position, if you learn artificial intelligence, what will happen in next 3 years or 5 years, in next 10 years, 20 years or 15 years? Where can you see yourself? This is a roadmap that we are talking about. If you are from, for example, finance domain, where can you see you can you see yourself if you learn AI? And what type of projects you can do in generative AI, or what can you do in prompt engineering? What if you learn AI or computer vision? What type of work you can do? All these things we will be talking about in a roadmap call, right? So I request you to book one-to-one strategy with our business head. Mr. Sudha Anand is our business head. So sudha.s at the rate 360digitmg.com. Right. Now this is the email ID. If you just email to this ID, keep a subject line as AI roadmap call. We will make sure that within 24 working hours, you get a call on the complete roadmap. How your future may be, what type of I mean, uh, sort of about salaries, right? What package you can expect if you learn AI, how different it would be if you learn AI than what you are doing right now, right? All these things you can talk about to a business head. Just a simple mail with a subject or with the top subject this, and what are you doing currently? So you will clearly know what type of projects can be done and all those things. Also, we have Mr. Venkat. You can contact him on this number 830 944 6592.
Sir,
To contact
that
him,
is my personal number. Please,
yeah, and that's his personal number.
please. I'd be sharing my office number on the chat. They can contact me over there.
Sure. So, yes, you can contact him, and at the very same time, you'll get a call within 24 working hours with the roadmap. Right. So, as we always say, your career is unique, so should be your AI learning path. Right. So, make sure that you are messaging us, you are doing a simple WhatsApp message, and you will get a complete roadmap, you'll get complete information about everything here.
Hello,
And as we
everybody.
discussed,
Just a minute, sir. I've shared my number, which is my office number, over there in the chat.
sure.
You
Yeah.
can reach me out through that number.
Yeah. I'll just write it on the screen: 855 You can call on this number. This is Mr. Venkat, right? And he'll be assisting you further. And at the very same time, as we discussed, there are three courses, short-term courses: generative AI. Second, we are talking about is prompt engineering. And third, HR analytics. Of course, we have one more, that is AIHC, AI for healthcare professionals. Now, fees for these three, let's keep AI for healthcare side. Fees for these three for now is 15,000 plus GST. Once you contact Mr. Venkat, he will be assisting you in the same, right? And before Saturday, if you enroll, we'll have 10% off on this 15,000, right? We'll make sure that we give this discount to you. So this is it from my side, team. Do you have any question? I request you, if you have any question, please ask. Anubhuti, Ayman, Dia, Lavanya, Peshutan, Rajesh, Venkateshwarlu, Sharat, Shiba. Do you have any question, friends?
Yeah, Bhupendra, you could have showed like one of the little project that you done, like the chicken. I don't know, like how you made it.
Hmm?
Like it is based on the prompt you had given that could have done. Like how do you, in case just like an example of how do you build bots which will be helpful for their day to day. I mean, in terms of their project, everything. So it gives the insights. So just like a glimpse of the project, simple, so that like people would be very interested to be part of it. I could see just like, just a kind of like overview. I don't see anything in detail here. I
Yeah,
noticed.
so yeah, definitely, Venkateshwarlu. That was a good suggestion, but at the very same time, what happens is there in this particular session, there are people from different domains, right? Now, what we wanted to do is just wanted to give you an introduction of the same, and if you come further, you come forward, we'll make sure that we teach each and everything properly. We'll be telling you about how to make a complete project using generative AI, using prompts completely. Right. It's just that if we take particular domain, there are other people from different domains too. That's the sole
Okay.
reason.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Venkateshwar.
Yeah.
Any other question you have, team? Anubhuti, Ayman, Diya, Peshtan, Rajesh, Saraj, Shiba, Venkateshwar. Have any question? Yeah. If not, you can just mail us to this email ID, the AI roadmap call, and we'll be making sure that we come back to you. Okay, Anubhuti, no issues. Okay, team, if there's no question, I'll stop my session here. Right. Please feel free to call us. Please feel free to mail us, and we will be there
Sir,
making
Mr.
sure that you
Praveen has
understand.
just come. Mr. Praveen has just come. Could you just give him a small overview as well?
Sure. Hi, Mr. Praveen. Good evening. So we're talking about a session. This session was all about AI for business, and we are talking about how AI can be useful for you in your session, in your real life, for example, in your domain. Right. So for the same thing, we talked about two projects, one a computer vision project, and one a generative AI project. And we talked about three courses here, generative AI, prompt engineering, and HR analytics. Right. In case if you are from, for example, from any domain and you want to know about a particular how your future will look like, you can arrange a AI roadmap call. You can just mail us at sudha.s@360dtmg.com, or you can message Mr. Venkat at this number 8555 and we will be answering you. We'll be getting a call within 24 hours. Right. Just to make sure that you are guided about the project that we are doing, and at the very same time about the course itself and what we'll be doing further, going further in the course itself. Right. You will be doing some projects in which you'll have complete assistance from the team, from the data specialist team, so that even if you get stuck somewhere, we are there to solve your issues. Right. So I hope it is clear, Mr. Praveen. Is it clear for you?
Yes. Hi. Thank you, Upendra.
Yeah.
Thanks
Thank
for
you, Praveen.
recapping that. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Praveen. Okay, friends. If we don't have any question, we'll wrap up the session and we'll thank you so much for your time. Anubhuti, Ayman, Dia, Praveen, Shiba. Thank you so much for your time, team. And please take care. Good night.